Welcome back to the 12 Guests of Christmas. My gosh, this has been so much fun, and I'm so excited for you all to meet this next guest, the Duchess of Sussex. Oh, this is going to get juicy. Welcome to Popcorn Palace. I'm Andy Signar. I hope you've been having a wonderful holiday. This series has been so fun to tape these. I hope you're having fun watching them. Let us know what you think down below. And in the meanwhile, welcome to the show, the Duchess of Sussex. Welcome.
Hello,
how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you? I'm so happy to be here with you.
This is so fun. I'm happy to have you because, one, I know you've been doing some great work and the fans have tried to connect us. But we had, hopefully it aired before this, Samantha Markle's lawyer came in and talked to us. And as I was watching these clips and going through it with her lawyer, you came up. One of your tweets was here. You seemingly are framed as the ringleader of the hate group along with Samantha against Boozy. Yeah. So I want to break that down with you and get your thoughts on what that was like to see you there and your reactions. But I also just want to talk about, I think a fair topic for you as a guest is the narcissism of Meghan Markle with your pun intended title, the Duchess of Sussex. So I guess before we get to all of it, when did you turn? Like, what was the point for you when this woman started to really bother you enough that you felt like I need to start calling it out?
When she first started bothering me was when, and it doesn't matter what your political beliefs are, left or right, but what turned me off about her a few years ago, before I even started getting involved in doing any of this stuff, was when she didn't show up for the President of the United States at Buckingham Palace because she was too good for that and trying to make a political statement. That's snubbing the country that she's from. You know, I mean, how she talks about, you know, that could have been a historical moment where you have a biracial American princess hosting a president of the United States at a state dinner with all of these world leaders, and she doesn't show up because she's above that, and she tried
right,
to
or
snub.
Even if you don't like them, confront them, talk, right, face it. Like, I feel like that's what's so frustrating with this country. We write people off, and then instead of actually confronting or dealing with it, right, she could have made something better by actually speaking to the guy.
Right, or don't sit by him or anything. But I just found that so offensive. So that's when I first started to dislike her. And then after the Oprah interview, I just got so turned off by it, and I started listening to H.G. Tudor is kind of how I got like involved in all of this. And I was just listening to him talk about her being a narcissist and everything, and then I just thought to myself, I got to get, I just got on Twitter and just started talking about it, and then got noticed on Twitter, which we'll go over, and then it just kind of, they created me.
Isn't it funny?
Yeah, they created me. I got picked off of Twitter. Like, I only had like 1,000 followers when the whole Twitter investigation got started. And then they just drew so much attention to me. And then I lost my Twitter account, not because of anything I did. I had a Twitter account prior that, I lost that because of like something I said politically. You know how they are. And,
yep.
And that's why I lost it. But they just kept talking about me. So, and I didn't want to be silenced, and they were trying to silence people and censor people. So I made a YouTube channel, and they drew attention to that. So again, they created this monster.
It's weird. They like to, as I hit the button a lot, but they cry a lot. This complaining victim. I'm a victim. Wow, 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 wow. They do it a lot, but the reality is they actually are creating a lot of creators who are just fed up because they've been wrongfully targeted. And I think I want to go there because you were absolutely wrongfully targeted. This is a clip from Meghan and Harry. And every time I try to play a little clip and legally show this like evidence, which is imperative, Netflix tries to come at and own everything. They literally stole all my footage from Johnny Depp and somehow own it. It's bizarre and crazy how this copyright system and Netflix is getting it, but I digress. So if I start and stop a while, that's why I'm trying to not alert the systems, because I need to comment on this because this is fair. This is a clip where Christopher Boozy is out there talking about this hate group, this malicious terrorist organization that's been harassing Meghan, 17 million strong, and I want you to see this. This is not your everyday trolling. There, she's fighting for her life. Fighting for her life! Oh my God! No one else has ever had to fight for their life like Meghan has! It's just awful. The trolls.
Dating and talking about what they would discuss for that particular day or week.
What they would discuss for that particular day, the pictures they disseminate, and look what we have on screen: the Duchess of Narcissist herself. And the whole piece of this with Boozy, they're trying to paint this nefarious, like evil, vicious group. And what I noticed is they're repeating a lot of stuff. It's a lot of broad, general stuff that isn't actually that bad. It's just critics, people who don't like her. And even as they're painting this, the sinister music is playing and this coordinated effort of harassment, the tweet itself: wouldn't everyone like to know, exposing Meghan Markle and Prince Harry for the no good, scandalous, skeezing, narcissist grifters they truly are. I'm sorry, why aren't you allowed to say that? Why is this sinister? What was your reaction when you learned this was now in the documentary and you were painted as the ringleader?
Well, I really wasn't surprised because I was painted as the ringleader, when are you familiar with the Twitter investigation that went on and all of that, and the Twitter reports and everything like that? So I really wasn't surprised.
The bots, like with Bot Sentinel, everything, and Boozy, yes, as all that was going down, where you were involved in that.
Right. I mean, I was like, there was like a 3-pronged plan. Like, they went after me first, and then they went after like Yankee Wally second, and then like a couple other people third, like Murky Meg and things like that. I was just surprised. I don't know what they found so irritating. Maybe it was because of my name was so catchy, because I only had 1,000 Twitter followers. Like, I wasn't some big player in the scene. I'm still not a big player in the scene. And I was even less of a player when they did this documentary, but they put this up. It's funny, though, that a lady that they had do their Digital Justice NAACP award named me in an article and said it was their own lady said it was hilarious that I call her that. So,
well, I mean, it's interesting because you're calling her narcissist. It does seem like she doesn't like to be called that, right? I think there's something flagged by her and her team clearly where, I don't know, it seems like you might be onto something, which is what I think is happening here. Do you think that's ultimately what's fueling this, an actual anger that you are exposing her?
I guess so. Maybe I'm just the apple of her eye. I don't know. One thing that I do think that they may be, and I'm not tooting my own horn or my personal horn, they're very interested in, they really only care what Americans think about them. They've written the British people off.
I think that's true.
I think that I'm like a barometer for them, because I'm only just 2 years older than Meghan, and they want to know what I have to say, because they're thinking, because if it makes sense, like I'm going to be like, a lot of how a lot of other people are going to think. Like I'm, like I said, the same age. And I think that's why they're interested in not that I'm special, but just my demographic.
Yeah, you're a focus group, like tester for them. Like you're higher up in the list of people that they want to win over.
Right. And
yeah, and they're not winning you over, it sounds like.
No, they're not. And they've just, I probably would have gotten bored with it, but if they didn't come after me personally, I mean, the Sussex squad came after me really bad. I had to go to the police station. Like, this was they put a target on my back with the whole Twitter investigation, but that was a pretty small audience. This is an audience of like 100 million people putting a target on my back. Mm-hmm. I had to go to the police station 3 times in one day. They released some medical information about me. They tried to ruin anybody's life that criticizes them whatsoever. I mean, it's bad. And they say
it's scary. I mean, yeah, I faced it too. When we did our Montecito tour just to hold our signs of we want privacy. We were joking about it, but they doxed my family. It was horrific, some of the stuff they put out there. But again, I wasn't out there like whining about it. Like, I know that comes with the territory of what we do. It doesn't make it right. But it was just like, you guys are supposed to be the anti-bullies. You guys are supposed to be the ones who are trying to fight for this. And you're more vicious than anything else I can see out there against you. The Sugars, absolutely. Particularly. And it's interesting. Omid Scobie went after our co Steph, wrote her personally, like, I don't support this, like totally trying to condemn them. And he's such a little snake weasel. And now he's like on their TikToks and promoting his book the best he can. They're all such hypocrites. And I imagine it frustrates you when you see her campaigning as this anti-bully, when it's so clear they're the biggest bullies of them all. No,
they're the biggest bullies of them all, and she employs these people to do it. I mean, they're not, so it's like, what are they, the bullies, or are they just trying to make some money. Maybe they have to like feed their. She's employing these people to do it, and it was proven by them putting even my name up on the Netflix documentary. That just goes to show that there was involvement behind all of that.
Like, yeah, well, I find it very telling they kept your name on, because it is funny and it's a good name.
Right. I'm the only one that they showed some other YouTubers, but they didn't say their name. I'm the only one that was named. It was like almost like am I supposed to be like, are they trying to put me on notice and like trying to scare me to stop? I mean, that's not.
Well, and it's like, I was gonna say, it's like, and it's identifiable, because if you search for it, your YouTube and your things pop up. So it was almost like a billboard for you. In one way, you're going to get the sugars harassing you, but then you probably, I imagine, did also get some support from people who were like, right on, keep it going.
Oh yeah.
It's just interesting that they thought this was like a smart thing to do, to put that out there. In this weird, sinister section of the thing. I mean, I think it's very fair to call her a narcissist. We've had a lot of interviews. Samantha Markle's lawyer called her a psychopath. There's just no empathy from her. I mean, I know you're not a licensed doctor and not, all these things, but based on what you see, like what is it about her that makes you call her a narcissist?
Oh. And
is narcissist enough? Like, do you think it is psychopathic or other term? What do you think?
The entitlement, the hypocrisy, the double standards, the needing attention, the lies, the shallow. I mean, she's just got all like as to use a phrase of hers, she ticks all of the boxes for it.
She does use that.
She ticks, and she's a contrarian, which is a huge red flag for narcissism, and like, everything's that she can do whatever. And the victim card, she's always the victim.
And she doesn't have a lot of friends that stay with her for a long period of time. That's a very big red flag too.
Absolutely. I mean, she's just, and it's not just our crowd that calls her narcissist. I mean, other people, I remember before I even got involved, there was a news broadcaster when they were showing the interview of her saying, "No one's asked me if I'm okay." They said that is narcissism on the world display. So, I mean, it's everybody can see it. And then a lot of licensed professionals have also said it about her. I mean, it's blatantly obvious to everybody, I guess, but her.
What are your thoughts as this campaign happened and this ridiculous documentary? Any choice words for Mr. Boozy, who put all this out there with all this data and all the things he put you through with his investigation of these tweets, which even Twitter was like, his investigation is bullshit. What are your thoughts on Boozy?
I think that my personal opinion is Boozy's just doing a job that he was paid to do. I don't know if he believes in the cause or not, but I think that he was hired by Meghan to do what he did and go after us. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's even beyond that. He's trying with his whole like spoutable and all this. He's trying to. I think he is just like Meghan, a massive grifter and charlatan that's out there misleading people with his processes and blocking people that refuse. He doesn't engage in conversation. He's his own mess, in my opinion. But you are right. It's a good point. We lose focus on that because I'm so hung up on how much I dislike and how dishonest he is. He absolutely, in my opinion, was paid to do this. This was he was a paid expert, like at a trial that clearly was biased and didn't come in fairly.
And it's clear that he was paid, or I mean, it's my opinion. I don't have any proof, but he was doing the job he was paid to do, and so you have to take it. Christopher Boozy. Anybody can say what they want about him. His pay mistress, she's behind it. And she's behind the Sussex squad, and so you have to take it all back to her. As far as
interesting, we could talk lots, and I hope we can do it again. What a pleasure to have you. Duchess of Sussex is where you guys can go subscribe, go give it a follow, check out her content. Anything else you want to say? Final word?
No, just Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everybody. And yeah, definitely love to come on to you again. I got a lot to say about these.
I love it. I can hear it. And anybody, I don't like when bullies go out there cherry picking tweets to try to paint you as ringleaders. Boozy, that's gross. So we got your back. Thank you for coming on here. And yes, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's to you and everybody else. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell Smash that like button and leave a comment down below and let us know what you think. And thank you guys so much for watching. Hope your holiday's been great. Stay tuned for more guests, I think, and more content here on Popcorn Palace.